Hello. This is my vintage story world. I've been wanting to do a little tour for a while because I've made a lot of stuff and I, don't really have anyone to share it with. And I don't know, I just want to show it off because I think it's cool. So this is my house that I first made. So this server used to be a server with me and my friend. And when the last update came out, the one that added fishing and that, and we made a new server and played on it for a bit. Anyway, he got bored and stopped playing, but I kept going. I downloaded to a single player world and yeah, just continued on from here. So this house was made when it was still a server, and it took me forever. I'm really proud of it. But this is the front door. You know what? Let's go upstairs and have a sleep first. So we got this hallway. This is my bedroom. Yeah, we got the armor, the book and quill. We got fish. Okay, we got the bed. This is the bedroom, and in here I didn't really know what to do with it. It was always sort of going to be a study, but I thought maybe it could be a second bedroom with an ensuite. Turns out that's not an ensuite, it's a bookshelf. There was going to be a toilet there, but yeah. This is my elk. The elk painting, and his name and birthday when I got him. It's currently year 2. Right, it must have changed when I swapped it to this server. Yeah, I've got all my treasures from the Resonance archives. Look at this. All sorts. The glider pattern. Yeah. We got tunes, we got resonators. I got this from the luxuries merchant over here for lots of money. You look out the window, you can see the windmill and the distillery building over there. Look at some horns on the wall. Up here is the attic. So this is the deep storage. It's sort of rough, but we got lime. Oh yeah, quick lime. Rocks, sticks, and dirt. A ton of dirt. Got the stairs going down here. This is the foyer, I guess. So you open the doors, you come through. See my shelf where I keep my crystallized titanium, of course, my temporal gears and my crocs. There's a bow, there's a barrel full of planks. And then we come this way to be sold chest. This is where I put things that I want to sell to traders. A stack of gears, a window, and the cellar under the stairs. It's not a very good cellar because it's made of wood, but it gets the job done. What are we looking at here? Yeah, 10 days. Whoops, I gotta clean that out. But the walls of this are made of plaster, which is really expensive. So you combine sand with quicklime, and quicklime takes forever to cook in a pit with limestone. You grind up limestone and cook it, and combine it with sand, and it makes plaster. Speaking of the cooking pit, this is the industry area, I guess, the immediate access storage, the cairn, the peat stack, the cooking pit. So we keep our fat to render. I tried to get a chimney going in here actually. So there is a chiseled a hole in these bricks all the way to the top. But the smoke, when I light the fire, I'll see if I can. I already have one. If you light the fire, you'll see the smoke come up. Right? And the plan was to have it get funneled out of the chimney. Whoops. Get funneled out of the chimney. But if I even chiseled it so it looked like a funnel, but the smoke just sort of pulls up. It doesn't go through the blocks, unfortunately. Which I thought, wouldn't that be cool, right? But we got the tool rack. Hell yeah. Meteoric iron, everything. Steel, everything. Except for that. Fishing rod. Plate stack. You've got a bit of wood. Bit of rocks, the usual. Oh yeah, my roof chest. I keep my roof supplies. Come outside. Front door. Bang! This is the front door. What a nice vista. Look at that. It's my garden. But this house was the first thing here, so it came up empty. This is what it looks like from the outside. Look at that. I'm really... I did some testing in a creative world before I made this tests, like building styles, before we even started the server. And I came across, if you put red bricks into sandstone or claystone, it looks like an English townhouse. I don't know. I really like it. So that's a nice detail. It's not done. Honestly, can't be asked to finish it. It's really expensive and the chisel is really finicky. Maybe I'll get a mod for that. I got a couple mods in here too, but didn't start with any mods. So this is the house. Let's go around the side. There's my elk walking around. Let's go around the side. Nice little windows. The bone zone, where I put all my bones. And berry bushes. And this is the kitchen. Well, it was gonna be the kitchen, but it turned into the alchemy station. So this is the back door. Let's go. Shut up, man. Back door. Bang. There's that bear pelt again. So this is where the leather used to be made when I was getting into leather for the first time. But now it is where I make sturdy leather. So, you know, so sulfurium chromate and sulfur and etc. And I also got a tub full of veggies in here, which I will eat. Delicious. I've made this is a recent addition. I made a downstairs section. So this is the actual cellar, I guess, where I keep all of the leather. For real. There's water. And veggies. Let's continue with the stuff that was first built. This house over here, this little one, was my friend's house while it was still a server that he made. I think it looks really nice. I haven't really touched it in the area around it. I've left it sort of, I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, have a look at that. And we got a little frying pit / forge out the back. But I want to sort of, you can see on the map here, I want to sort of path up this whole little village I've got. And this was going to be the edge of town, if you will. So this path follows this way, leads out through this little gate over here, past the house, into the woods. Over here, this is the first farm I made. It's got some dead pumpkins in it now, I think. Yeah. Anyway. Come on, man. Right, I'm killing you. Nice. But yeah, let's have a look at the beehives. So these greenhouses, it is now spring, I want to say. And during winter I made these greenhouses because I thought it would be nice to grow some crops over winter. It doesn't work like that. It's too cold even in the greenhouse, but now it's spring they can grow. Oh, they're done. Nice. This one's going to be for rare crops like cabbages and stuff, and flax, which is always useful. I think it looks really nice with the tiles. These tiles are end game materials, sort of. They're quite rare. They're made of clay, but I'll show you later. But the way you get them is really involved that. Oh wow, foggy. This is the main farm where I grow the stuff during the outside growing season. We got flax, we got fennel, a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, the wind was going, even though it's foggy. Path comes through, up here. And it's going to go down. I'm going to sort of extend this river down into this lake, I think. That's the plan. In here we got the bee house. Oh, hello. Hi, bees. Oh, hello. They're all full. Nice. Extra flowers, reeds for the skeps, and this does work over winter, I'm pretty sure. Because you can see the greenhouse raises the temperature by 5 degrees, and I think that's enough what's the outside temperature now? Yeah, 21. Bees stop under 0 degrees, I'm pretty sure. So when it's 5 degrees, minus 5 degrees outside, it'll be 0 inside, so they can keep going. This forge over here was made because when we first started, we had a little dirt hut right there under that kapok tree. The kapok tree wasn't there, obviously, but and then I made this as sort of expansion to have a place to do all the forging. Because first it was just copper, and then I got bronze, you know, iron, and then on. This was like a cellar. Ignore the stairs; they weren't here. But we got the peat stacks, we got the pit kilns, we got barrels of clay and sticks and grass for the pit kilns. We got the bellows, the forge, the crucible, the anvil, pit full of water. That looks really ugly actually. Down here though, I expanded it to add more ingot storage and stuff. In here we got trunks and trunks full of ore, a lantern, a shelf, and some bars. I tried to do the chimney thing again with the crucible when I made it, but this one actually works because I didn't know this until I made it, but there's actually chimney blocks in the game, and when you light a fire under them, they make smoke up when the fire's on. So it's like sort of interactive. Give me some peat. Interactive for a little fire. Look at that, isn't that just really cool? I put a chimney block on my house as well, but the fire is too far away, so it doesn't work, unfortunately. This is the steel furnace. What are they called? Cementation kilns. So after the Iron Age, I was like, right, where am I going to put it? Here. Turned out this is my refractory big brick stack, my chest full of iron blooms, the coffin, etc. The fuel. That's where the coal goes. Expensive stuff. And to run the steel mill, you need a charcoal pit. So a charcoal pit you can just do in the dirt. Like you dig up some dirt, put wood in and cover it up and light it on fire. Whoops. That works, but I thought if I'm in the Steel Age I really need a building for this, so I made this little grows quick and it's makes lots of wood. Actually, let's go on the roof. Wow, look at that. So over here we have an auxiliary building. This is sort of like a miscellaneous cellar. And I was talking about mods before. One of the mods is stone quarry. This is my stone quarry shed where I keep all the tools and big blocks that I can chisel out of when I need to make bricks and stuff out of stone. It's ugly. More berries. Barrels full of rot. Oh yeah, this is the rot. The compost area. But in this building here, this is a new addition. With the cellar underneath my leatherworking room, this is the dye station. So it's sort of going to be like a dye and then path to the underground cellars, which I made. Because I need more room for all the food I'm making with the farms. Come down here. I really like this staircase actually, look at that. There's so many little details you can add with beams and chiseling in this game, it's really nice. Why is it so foggy down here? This is the meat cellar, I think. Is it? No, this is the veggie cellar. So this one actually works, because it's made of rocks entirely, except for the door. But the way cellars work in this game is that they need to be in a sealed room with no sunlight, and if it's made of rocks it preserves food even better than with dirt or wood. Look at the meat cellar in here, yeah. Cool. And this tunnel, it's really dark. I'm still work in progress, but it leads back to the leatherworking cellar, so I can get to the food during a storm, a temporal storm. Or if it's cold, you know, without going outside, close that. And over this way we've got the distillery and the beehive kiln. So this is where I make all of the different colours of clay stuff that I use, all the ceramic. So the red clay you can make in the pit kilns, but if you want tan or brown or black bricks, you need to cook them in this thing. So I've got it loaded up with some raw clay already. But when you fire it like a steel forge. Depending on how many doors you have open and how much oxygen the fire can get in here, it changes the color of the clay, which I think is really cool. And it's really interesting, or I think it's really cool how, like, if you want more colors, you have to put some work in, and it's a good way of making all these different colors. And we got the distillery. Again, the cream tiles, I really like them. It's attached to the kiln. I didn't think this through when I made it, but I made them attached. So if you open that or you fire it and that has to be open, then this room would get really hot, I'm sure. But it doesn't, so we can ignore that. This is where I keep the bread and some peaches, I guess. The bread making ovens, 2 at a time. I really like this little wooden structure here too. It's to keep all the alcohol that I make. We got pear juice, we got water of life, medicine, and this is the fruit press that does it. And up here we've got more crates. And this little corner around here is for the distillery. I could make another one, it's pretty expensive, but yeah. What's happening? And this is the windmill structure. So this is another gate to the city. I really like how it looks when you come in. This path leads to the other settlement I've made, but look at that. It's a windmill sort of perched up on this natural spire that comes out of the ground, and I really like just like the image that creates, and it looks over the rest of the town, if you want to call it that, my house. And these stairs, I worked hard on these stairs, chiseled in the steps and put some beams on to look like so that they're supported against the rock. And check this out, little retaining wall too. You come up the steps, look at that, and this bit's carved into the rock, which I really like. I think that's a nice touch. And up here into the room. Whoops, I haven't finished it yet. As a common theme, I haven't finished it. But this is the pulverizer, the automatic pulverizing machine with hoppers and chutes. So you put in the crush stuff you want to be crushed up here, and it comes out here, and this is the toggle. You turn that on and it goes. It would go if there was wind, actually. Yeah. Now what? There's the quern. It's the main shaft up to the top of the windmill. It's really tall. And down here we've got the Helve Hammer. So this is another new addition because at my other settlement, that's where I kept all the Helve Hammers, and there was no industry at all over here. But the other settlement in the mountains was built because there was iron there, and there was a water wheel. You could put a water wheel on one of the streams coming down the mountain, which the water wheel was new at the time, and I thought, wouldn't that be cool? So the vast majority of the iron used here was made all the way over here. But now the iron's run out and I need to make plates still, it's just nice to have another Helve Hammer closer over here. This is Irontown. This main building is where I keep all the Helve Hammers and stuff. I say town, it's one building, really. But yeah, this is the Helve Hammers I was talking about before. And bang the iron into plates and bang the blooms into ingots. And I just thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a house on the side of a mountain? And what a spot to do it, right? Look at this view. Well, you know, proverbial view. It's nice, but it's not good. But out here is the water wheel. So this is new in the last update. It's really cool. It doesn't ever stop going. Like the windmill's power output changes with the wind speed. The water mill just keeps going, no matter what, because the water always flows. And I actually had to divert the stream up here and cut through the mountain with a copper pickaxe, which took a while. But I don't know if I can get me down there. Yeah, comes up there. But since the irons run out here, I wanted to sort of make a museum building, and I kept a lot of the. I kept some iron, and I kept a lot of the crystallized chunks, and some samples. Probably near, like you can carve off rock samples, like the whole block, if you remove the block supporting it. I thought it'd be cool to sort of make a little museum. That's not fun. Again, common theme. Let's ride back. There's really nothing here to look at. So that's mostly everything that sort of looks like this. I've got another house over here. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a lake house? And so I packed up a bunch of logs and glass and stuff and sort of made a modern looking lake house, which is different to everything else over this way. It's a bit of a ride, but I've got the elk now. And here we are. What a nice view. And what a nice house. Look at this. So it's on stilts, on a sandbank, which I think is cool. And it's made of oak and pine. Open up the doors. Look at this, we've got the kitchen. We've got the firewood stack, bowls, lantern. No other furniture though. We'll get there. Big window to look at the forest. Big slanted windows to let the sunlight in. We've got the deck. We've got the bedroom. Another window up here. And a double bed. And look at this, I put some beams down here to make it a step. I think that looks cool. And we got some stuff in chests. But around the side here, since it's on the water, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a little raft? Even if the raft doesn't go anywhere, you know, it doesn't, there's no rivers. But come this way, there's a little dock down here. Grab the paddle, get on the boat and go for a ride. This is the end. I made lots in this world, and I'm gonna keep making lots. I like it. It's a good game. Goodbye.